At Harmon Brothers, we do our best work when we take on clients whose products we really love. And honestly, I'll be straight. At the beginning, I didn't see the appeal of Kizik. I was like, great, a shoe that you can just slip onto. Okay, I didn't get it. But then I got a pair. And then I kept wearing that pair and kept wearing that pair. And it is so easy.
Shoes in general really hasn't changed much in 30 years, besides maybe logistics, maybe some new materials and whatnot. But for the most part, there hasn't been really a game-changing, revolutionary way of shoes. And so when I started looking into Kizik and the technology, I really was fascinated by how such a simple technology could really have such a massive effect on what you think about shoes in general. And it's more of the catalyst of these are the ways shoes should have always been. But the great thing about our technology, you just step on the heel and go.
And they're proven to spring back over 100,000 times.
100,000? Are we talking about how many gummy bears I can fit in my mouth?
We knew that hands-free shoes are a better experience, but what we're trying to communicate is there's this new middle ground that's a really great solution. It feels like a shoe, it's as simple as a slip-on, but it doesn't pop off like a slip-on. So communicating that message is really important.
This hurts my tum-tum. Next time tell the cow less lactose.
Honey, that's not
I take full responsibility. I just think it's a cool shoe. Like, I enjoy it for what it is as a shoe by itself, but something was really nice. I was talking to one of the guys and he talked about the accessibility of the product, which is something that you might not think of. The arc of this commercial is like how fun and easy it is for anybody to use. But the ability to put on a shoe without using your hands is actually kind of the difference between a person feeling that they can go out or not. And that's massive.
Easy things make life a pleasure.
We decided to partner with Harmon Brothers in part because Benton and others at HB were big fans, and they could see the beauty of the solution and the broadness of the problem that really is solved for everyone who wears shoes.
I thought it was nice outside. Okay, right to the fridge.
I'm gonna be a mom!
The concept for Kizik was complicated because we had to balance rich family dynamics with very likable and grounded realities in order to appeal to the average consumer. Because we're not trying to paint Paul, who's a well-to-do 30-year-old man-child, as the person who's buying the shoes, because there's not quite the same thing. However, he's very watchable, he's very likable, he's a golden retriever person who means well.
The Harmon Brothers team brings in a handful of writers, multiple creative directors, a limited amount of people from our brand come in. We were able to hear 4 scripts from the writing staff on the HB side, and from there we brainstormed, took the best of all those ideas, kind of Frankensteined it to a certain point, and then made sure that flow and the message and all the points that we're trying to get across were there. Everything had a great hook, great call to action, and all those important elements of a great video.
And the first few seconds of the commercial are really what get the viewer to keep watching or not. So there's a stunt where we have our main character, he slides down the railing. That stunt alone is going to take more than half of a shooting day. And so when we only have 3 shooting days, we have to really kind of assess whether it's worth the time that it's going to take to make that effect happen. And everybody came together and said, it's worth spending a lot of extra time on, a disproportionate amount of time on that one effect to make sure that we really hook the audience and get them to watch the rest of the commercial.
There are a couple of ways we could have done this. We could have gone a way where it was more VFX heavy and it was essentially taking a still of him and moving him down the banister in the house in post. But what I wanted to do was building the stairwell practically. We still used green screen to make it look like the stairwell was in the house, but we built this 20-foot tall stairwell so we could fill up that 9x16 vertical frame and get the shot that we needed to 16x9. I knew that if it wasn't done practically, it would completely ruin the effect. There was no point in my mind of doing this kind of hook at all unless we were to do it practically.
There's a lot of agencies out there But to me, it's vital to work with agencies and partners that are cutting edge at something. In business in general, there's two things that matter to me. One, the people that I work with, are they ethical? Do they bring killer talent to the table? And yes, on both fronts for the Harmon Brothers.
Kizik is a revolutionary product, and it's going to change the way that shoes are made forever.
I just have had a blast working on it. The crew's been fantastic. The other actors are fantastic. I'm really excited for everyone to see it. I think it's going to be cool.